Hey everybody out there. Thanks for coming, hanging out with me. Let's check out these matchups here with Team Larry Bird. We're gonna have Bird's gonna be matched up with Brandon Ingram. That's gonna be a tough matchup for both of them, but off the dribble, Larry might pay a price. But at any rate, someone's gonna have to guard Grady Dick, Emmanuel quickly. Fred Van Vliet coming back to play against his former team because he got released in the draft for Team Larry Bird. So we're gonna see how this goes, guys. It's gonna be a pretty interesting game because their front line is pretty formidable between Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, and Podol and Grady Dick. Although Brady, a 79 overall, plays much better than his rating would lead you to believe because of his skill set. He's a really good streaky shooter. He's capable of putting up 30 points. Grady Dick is really that good offensively when he gets hot. So it's gonna be a tough matchup for Bird on Ingram though. We'll see how it goes. I might end up putting Larry Bird on Scotty Barnes, or maybe even putting Larry Bird on Jacob Podol and putting Jalen Duren on Brandon Ingram. That might be a better matchup. Because I know for a fact that Larry Bird cannot stay with Brandon Ingram in transition, let alone in isolation situations. So we'll see how it looks. But at the same time, Bird's going to take advantage of him on off-ball screens, catch and shoot situations, and definitely post-ups. So we'll see how it goes, guys. Let's get into it.
Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA live on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone, courtside with two ex-NBA stars, Grant Hill and Brent Barry. I'm Brian Anderson. We've got Allie LaForce on the sidelines tonight as well. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, take a look at these latest power rankings. You look at the Spurs, they're making moves up the standings, claiming that fourth spot.
Well, right now for this home ball club, they're off to a really solid start, pushing aside those that doubted them in the preseason and proving they're capable of more.
So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Emmanuel quickly is out there with Dick, and it's Ingram in at the 3, the small forward. We've got Bol. He's out there with Jalen Duren, and it's Bird in at the small forward position. It's still early in the season, Grant, but most coaches have their rotations worked out by now.
They really do, but if they don't, they better figure it out soon. You don't want to be tinkering with your lineups any later than this.
Here's Pirtle, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Bird passes to Van Vliet. And here's Duren. Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Bird. Ingram with the double team. Bird, that's good.
Yeah, attack mode from the start. Exactly what you want coming into this game.
Tone setting right here early. Love that.
See, right here, that's what I'm talking about, right here. That's the problem. Bird cannot guard him there.
Duren with a rebound.
Bird cannot guard him there. You can already see it already. There's just no way.
And here's Van Vliet.
Bad matchup for Bird.
Pass to Bol. Here's Bird. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Christie. Can't connect from short range. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I caught up with the home team's head coach. We got to talking about Brandon Ingram, and I asked how coach thought they might limit him tonight. Coach told me, well, there's nothing we can do about his size and his length, so we're hoping just to frustrate him and keep him off balance by getting up in his business and contesting shots. Hopefully that plan pans out for them. Guys?
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Here's Duren. Toronto making their last shot. Pass to Bol. Three-pointer. Here's Bird. Rebounded by Ingram.
Just a bit of a rut here early, just 1 of 4 so far.
Here's quickly. That one falls. Nice feed that time.
And we got a ball game tonight, folks.
Game's moving fast. Quickly is a little bit faster.
Raptors came to play.
Gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Duren against Pirtle. Pass to Christie. Van Vliet on the wing, guarded by Quickly, and the basket by Van Vliet.
And clearly from mid-range, Van Vliet seems pretty comfortable. As long as he likes the angle, that's a shot he can make.
Grant, would you say the Raptors are in the process of starting over?
You know, I certainly don't think that's the wrong thing to call it, B.A. Coaching changes, some big trades. They're shuffling things around and trying to start building something new.
Now here's Van Vliet. As far as his production, he's averaging about 8 points per game. That's good.
Yeah, one thing about Van Vliet, he makes the right decision most of the time.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
These teams split the season series last year, neither making an impact in the conference overall.
This pause, let's update you on the best rebounding teams in the NBA over the previous 10 games.
And over the last 10 games, this team has brought it to the glass. Everyone is getting involved and trying to help one another secure boards.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Quickly, passes to Barnes. Now here's Dick. Pass to Pirtle. From 11 feet away, and that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Yeah, Pirtle showing a little bit of touch that time from the mid-range.
Gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Van Vliet, the pass to Christie. Toronto grabs the miss.
Well, nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area. That's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
Pass to Pirtle. To the paint. Here's Quickly. Got a hand on it, and he's able to get it back. Good. Quickly's gotten his second bucket on the night. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Quickly against Van Vliet. Now Duren. Here's Bird. Turned in an outstanding game against Utah. Second chance shot. Rebounded by Ingram. And Ingram has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. Coming into this, having notched a win against San Antonio in their last game.
And most of the arena was totally against them. But they looked inward, trusted each other, and made good plays.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
Now here's Bowl. No points yet. Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Bird. Clock at 6. The 3. And that one's good. Van Vliet for 3.
And this is what Van Vliet is known for, a volume 3.
You notice Larry's team a much more slower, methodical pace, whereas Magic's team is really up-tempo.
Lays it up and banks it in. Quickly's got 6. Gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. Pass to Duren. Here's Bird, covered by Ingram. Van Vliet outside. Driving to the basket. Here's Bird. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense from Ingram. Well, the defenders stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. Toronto shooting their first free throw tonight. That free throw good from Ingram. After a trade to New Orleans back in 2019, Brandon Ingram has become a primary scorer, Grant.
Yeah, he scored well over 20 points per game since leaving the Lakers. B.I. has the rare blend of length and shooting, and beyond scoring, Ingram's assist numbers are very impressive, too.
And the Raptors making a change here. Abaji's checked in. Now here's Quickly. He played a great game against San Antonio. Brent, we've seen Quickly step up as a team leader since he came into the league.
Well, he's had tremendous confidence in what it is that he brings to a basketball team from the very beginning. It's taken him a little bit of time to gain that in the NBA setting, but he is now asserting himself as a floor general.
And during the first few seasons of Immanuel Quickley's career, he was seen primarily as a scorer, Grant.
Yes, but recently has blossomed into a more versatile threat. The leap we've seen in his passing has been especially impressive. He's a player to watch out for moving forward.
Pass to Bird. Over Pirtle. Bird, that's good. 7 points in the game.
And that's just fantastic court awareness. Van Vliet sensing the overcommitment and finding the open teammate.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. A moment here to see the numbers for Fred Van Vliet.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
Down low. Here's Quickley. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Quickley's got 10 points in the game. Gone 5 of 12 in this first quarter. The drive by Van Vliet. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. You know, Grant and Van Vliet, they've got a guy who's been through everything in this league.
Yeah, B.A. Van Vliet's seen it all. He's won a championship. He's been in the All-Star game. He's been on a last-place team. No wonder nothing seems to faze him.
And he drops the first.
And the big X factor Van Vliet brings to the team is leadership. He's very talented at setting a good tone out on the floor and organizing his guys.
Here's Abaji. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Did you see that? I mean, going right to the rim. That's how you finish in the open floor.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Now here's Dosunmu. 8 points in his last time out. Now here's Quickley. Outside Dick. Pass to Pirtle. And here's Ingram. 5 on the clock. Here's Abaji. Off target from 3-point range. Gone 2 of 5 from deep. Here's Bird. 7 points in the game. And that bucket makes him 4 for 7 today. Good production.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Pass to Quickley. Pirtle with a screen on Van Vliet. Quickley against Van Vliet. And that one's good. Quickley.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Van Vliet with it. 6 points for him. Caruso outside. Wagner outside. Pass to Van Vliet. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to go on Immanuel Quickley.
And the defense is all over Van Vliet inside. But he sticks with it and wins a trip to the line for his efforts.
Walter, he's checked in for Quickley. Both free throws good from Van Vliet. For Toronto, they've gone 8 for 14 from the floor to the left side wing. Outside Ingram. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's going to be on Alex Caruso.
When you add the length to the skill set that Brandon Ingram brings to every game, you really have a tough matchup for any opponent.
Duran, he's checked in for Wagner. And Brandon Ingram was the key piece of the Anthony Davis trade. That move changed his career, Brent.
No doubt about it. B.I. won the most improved player of the year in his first season away from the Lakers. So sometimes that change of scenery can open up opportunity and get you a chance to show your excellence.
Now here's Ingram. He picked up 15 in their last win against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And they made Ingram fight for that one, but he's not afraid to get physical. This is a good sign.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
And let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
Robinson, he's checked in for Toronto. Both free throws good from Ingram.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Now here's Simmons. Here's Duren. Rebounded by Ingram. Raptors lead by 4. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
The Raptors are still developing. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, we're focusing on offensive execution and player development. It's about what we need to do night in and night out, regardless of the opponent. As we grow, we'll teach more schemes for opponent preparation. BA step by step.
Yeah, it's a process, Allie. Thank you. And that one's good. Oh.
Woo, just selling the defense on the pump fake.
There's the drive. And it's Shed missing. Gone 2 of 5 from deep. Simmons, the pass to Bowl. Duren in the post. Working on Robinson. Pass to DeSumo. Rebound by the Raptors.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
Here's Mobo. Robinson with it. Here's Shed. No good on the 3. 1:58 left in the first quarter here. 14 feet away. Back to Caruso. Outside Simmons. Pass to Duren. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound Toronto. Ingram's got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Robinson. Screen by Robinson. Good on the bucket. And the Raptors lead by 6.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Bull up top. Shoots. Nice jump shot from the top of the key.
The pass-first nature of Simmons. Fantastic job scanning the floor and finding the open teammate.
Toronto leading by 4. Pass to Robinson. Here's Ingram. Duren with the rebound. Duren's got 5 rebounds in the game.
It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it. Might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
Tipped away. Caruso against Ingram. Pass to Mobo. Now here's Robinson. Here's Ingram. An easy 2 on the layup. Ingram's got 7.
Well, when he gets around there, because he's so long and so quick off the floor, Brandon Ingram tough to stop.
Simmons, the pass to DeSumo. And here's Duren. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Toronto out in front. They're up by 4. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. You know, you take a look at the Raptors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, we've watched them force their way to the line, and it seems to be working so far.
Such a great way to silence hostile fans who want the up and down pace that gets them amped up. Instead, everyone's just standing around watching the free throw game.
We've got Fred VanVleet, Jalen Duren out there with Trendon Watford. And it's Christie in at the 2. And for the Raptors, they've got Walter, and it's Mobo in at the center, filling out the middle. Walter, good.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed and getting out on him.
Here's Bird. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
At the line for your home team, Larry Bird, shooting 1.
Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Here's Christie. No points so far. Shot from the wing. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
And he was dominant in their last outing, and the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Lobo can't hit. Got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. VanVleet scanning the floor. Pass to Duren. Inside. Tipped. And now the Raptors on the break. Here's Mobo. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Mobo's got his second bucket on the night.
Oh, that's impactful defense right there. Finding a steal and instantly turning it into offense.
Here's Bird. Pass to Christie from deep. Knocks down the long J. Christie's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Barnes, it's good. Gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Out to the right wing. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And it's good. 2 points. Bird's got 7 points here in the quarter.
So this is a gravity game right now.
Hey, look at Ingram, man. He's like, what the hell, man?
He's having a
Y'all
great
can't
game.
stop this slow dude, man.
Right, Darko Rajakovic. He wants to review
Bird
the game
cold,
plan.
man. That's all I can say. Bird is cold, man.
Goodwin checked in for Toronto. Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaken out. You take a look at the home team. They've started strong this year, holding the second place spot. And of course, there's the Raptors. They're 4 spots behind them. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. Pass to Abaji. Shoots from 12, and he nails the jumper. Agbaji's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Barnes making sure that his teammates stay involved.
VanVleet, the pass to Bird. Barnes with the rebound. Raptors lead by 3.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. The 3 from Barnes. And it's Bird with a rebound. Gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Christie passes to Duren. Out left to the wing. Here's Bird. And it goes. That makes him 9 for 13 now.
They usually
Bro, I got mad. Man, that was so sweet but so simple. Like, dude. Look at this head fake. Head fake. Got head fake. Psych. Psych again. Jesus Christ, man. Nets. Sheesh. Well, what you doing, boy? Hold my beer.
Is more of a finisher, but being selfless with the ball is a good thing for him in the long run.
And the officials will call the illegal screen here. And when you talk about efficiency, these are the guys that come to mind. Here are the league's best shooters so far. Jalen Duren third.
He's been fantastic scoring the ball, shooting it at a high clip.
Bowl, he's checked in for Watford. Robinson, he's checked in for Toronto. Gotten 5 of 7 shots to go in the second. And at 6'10", Jalen Duren is an incredible athlete for his size.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bounce, which helps him as a rim protector, rebounder, and lob threat. Plus, he's got quick feet, and he's able to guard smaller guys on the perimeter.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
Pass to Mobo. The 3 is up. Duren with a rebound. Gotten an impressive 6 of 8 shots to fall in the second. Here's Bird. The shake. Oh, he clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Bird's got 13
Bird
points
is
in this
on
quarter.
fire.
Now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
The ball's knocked loose, and it's stolen by Van Vliet. Pass to Bird. Here's Duren. Here's Bird. There's the 3. Knocked loose, and they recover it. Van Vliet outside. Lets the 3 fly. That bucket makes him 3 for 5.
They're shooting nearly 50% from beyond the arc, and their confidence is growing.
Raptors trail by 6. Here's Goodwin. Still no points. And there's the call on Jalen Duren. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Into the lineup for the Raptors, Jakob Poeltl, Brandon Ingram.
Pass to Abaji. Back to Poeltl. Over to the left wing. Shot clock at 5. Poeltl with a screen on Van Vliet. The Raptors need to get off a shot. The shot by Poeltl no good.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
It's stolen by Poeltl. Here's Walter. Taking a look at his production. Averaging just over 8 points a game. Will it go? Goodwin, no good. Gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. Here's Christie. Good. And Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 5 assists in the game.
Yeah, no question Van Vliet was going to find his man. He has excellent court vision.
Here's Goodwin. Pass to Poeltl. Here's Goodwin. Poeltl with a screen on Van Vliet. Goodwin passes to Poeltl. That bucket makes him 3 for 5.
I don't know how you say this in Austrian, but that's bully ball. Jakob Poeltl.
Now Van Vliet. He's got 11. From the stripe. Rebound by the Raptors.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
If you give him any sort of space, he's going to attack.
Gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. Pass to Duren. Van Vliet outside. Here's Bird. 6 to shoot. From behind the arc. Poeltl grabs a miss.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Pure from 3-point range. Ingram's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, Ingram just letting it rip right now on the offensive end.
And here's Van Vliet. As far as his production, he's averaging about 8 points per game. Bird passes to Christie. Left side bold. The fader. The shot off that time.
You get a feeling that he made that much more difficult than he had to. No reason why he had to fade away on that jumper.
Larry Bird cooling off now. He was hot for a minute there.
Here's Goodwin. Now here's Pirtle. 6 points for him. Releases. Goodwin, no good. Shooting 51%. Good clip from the field. And he lobs it up to the rim. It's stolen by Pirtle. Ingram deciding where to go with it. And again, Toronto with a triple.
He's turned it on here in the second quarter, getting his offensive game on track.
Gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Van Vliet with it. 11 points in the game. Here's Bird over Ingram. Bird, that's good. Bird's got 26.
Solid in the first. Fantastic here in the second. He was just waiting for the moment.
Here's Ingram. Duren with a rebound. Duren's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Bird. 26 points for him. Pass to Van Vliet. Duren to the post. Covered by Ingram. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Well, Brent, the 23-24 Pistons tied an NBA record by losing 23 straight. One bright spot, however, was Jalen Duren.
Well, the bright spot, BA, would be that you wouldn't mention that again. So let's just forget about that and put it behind us. But Jalen Duren did have some moments. He averaged a double-double that season at just 20 years of age. So sky is still the limit for this young, big, physical player.
So he gets them both.
Yeah, as of right now, Jalen Duren kind of seems like a classic big man. He can block, he can rebound, and he really focuses on finding close-range looks.
Now here's Barnes. Right now he's contributing about 15.5 points a game. Releases. Ingram can't get that one to fall.
He'd love to make them pay for giving up that wide-open jumper, just unable to do so.
Pippen, pass to Duren. Pirtle with some nice D.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
And here's Ingram from the arc. And the officials called goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Brandon Ingram is on it tonight, man.
Got to the ball just a moment late.
Wagner's checked
A
in
Brandon
for Duren.
Ingram, Larry Bird duel tonight. They both going for 40 or 50 points apiece.
Gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter in the second so far. Here's Pippen. Pass to Christie. The 3-ball. Buries it from 3. Christie's got 8. One team gains momentum, then the other storms back.
Hey, if this is any indication of how the game is going to go, we're in for a treat.
Now here's Quickly. 12 points for him. Here's Pirtle. And there's 2. Work on the glass, paying off that time. Give him 8.
Smart to get Pirtle inside with the ball. The big man so easy to get it at close range.
Pass to Wagner. It's stolen by Pirtle.
Bad pass
And
by
from the
Pippen.
sideline,
Too
let's
slow.
catch up with Hallie.
Guys, Scotty Barnes said
Ah,
my game
Grady
starts
Dick.
on the defensive end,
Grady Dick.
guarding anybody and taking pride in it.
If he get hot, we in
It's a great
trouble.
offensive
Because it's going to be
transition.
hard
It
to
just leads
stop
me to stay on lockdown
Grady
throughout the
plus
game. Brian?
Ingram at the same
All his
time
offensive
getting
gifts,
hot.
That focus on defense is what makes him special. Here's Christie. Toronto making their last shot. Wagner, the pass to Christie. Back to Wagner. It's stolen by Pirtle. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. All sorts of time. Dick with a miss.
That's got to frustrate him. He knows he should have made that one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Team foul. At the line for 2, Max Christie.
First free throw is good.
Second half is going to be stellar, man. This has been a physical basketball game. Both teams grinding it out.
Only 4 of 9 from beyond the arc here in the second. Quickly passes to Barnes. To the middle. Here's Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
And this is where that length shows off on particular plays like that. Still able to score.
Right wing. Christie passes to Pippen. Wagner outside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Watford. Cashes in the first attempt of the game.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
And Ingram has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. Who poked away. And the dunk by Pirtle.
And
Damn, we almost had the steal. We overplayed. He got a dunk.
Surprising.
Oh, man, what a game.
A lack of energy on defense.
On one side, inspiration.
We got a ball game, y'all.
Devastation.
A big-time effort for Brandon
We got a
Ingram,
ball game.
providing a lot of energy for the Toronto Raptors. His fingerprints were all
Brandon
over
Ingram ain't
that
playing
board.
tonight, man. You can see it in his
13
eyes.
points, leading the charge.
He's trying to get a win
And more
tonight.
NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
I think he got like 25, 26 points to match Bird. Hey, Marco, how you doing, man? Marco, my man. The boxer. I'm doing great, man. Having fun as usual. Just chilling. Hope you enjoying the stream, man. We got a good game right here, man.
Thanks for being here. Let's kick things off with a check on the NBA Players of the Week. Let's talk about our winner from the Western Conference.
I've been really impressed watching him. I mean, he's facilitating this offense.
That's good, man. Look at Magic averaging a triple-double,
Yeah, he's
man.
been the best player on the floor.
A high
most
one
nights.
in the modern era
Yes.
with the pace.
And
It's
guys,
faster
how about
pace.
the Raptors?
So the
It's
numbers
often
go
a
up.
Very competitive matchup right now.
This is some retro hoops, pounding the ball inside with intent. Man, I know you love this big fella.
They killing
No
us
need to take
inside
many
right now.
jumpers. Work with
Look
the
at
lock down
Mogbo.
low.
Look at Mogbo,
Good
man.
things will happen, don't you know?
Hey,
Rhyming and he didn't know. Poet.
Toronto came to play tonight, y'all. It's gonna be a good second
Thanks
half.
as always for
Look at that.
watching.
Ingram
Let's
and
head back to
Bird.
Brian Anderson
Ingram and
crew
Bird.
for the start of the second half.
Going at it. They hitting for 50 apiece. Both of them. They finna both get 50 tonight, look like. They gonna have to. I mean, Bird gonna probably have to score 50 for us to win.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession.
See, Team Showtime is more offensive.
Here's
This is
Van
more
Vliet.
of a. Oh, your girl, we'll get to
Bull out there, Taylor
Marco. We'll
Durant.
get to her later, man.
Van Vliet, and it's Bird in at the 3.
Bird open
Alone.
from 20 feet. Can't
Rebound
hit.
Toronto. Pirtle's got 5 rebounds tonight. And for Toronto, Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Grady Dick out there with Emmanuel Quickly. And it's Ingram in at the small forward position. Pirtle with a screen on Bowl. Barnes. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. And the Raptors lead by 4. Gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Duran. And the dunk by Duran.
During one of the league's most powerful players, he doesn't miss it very close to the basket.
Yo, mama. That's one of them.
And about
Yo,
a
mama
minute of
dunk.
action so far in the third quarter. Quickly outside. Ingram against Duran.
Good defense.
Christie passes to Duran. Over Ingram. Duran.
Duran again.
Duran's got 8.
Yeah, this is where Duran wants to be offensively, as close as he can get to the rim.
Outside Ingram. Quickly. Pass to Barnes. Quickly with a screen on Van Vliet.
You guys are new to the stream. This is the Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird in the Modern Era series.
2 of 3 from the
We have
floor in
taken
this
Larry
third quarter.
Bird and Magic Johnson and built teams around them in the Modern Era to see how they would fare.
He's got 11.
You can check out all the games on my channel. It's Bird. Oh, steps back. Nope.
Back to Van Vliet.
Gonna fake
5
it.
to shoot. Christie
Bird wants
passes
it.
to Bird.
Bird faking,
For the
faking,
lead.
faking.
Barnes with the rebound.
And
He got that
almost
space,
made
though.
them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Pirtle.
You can also check out my Michael Jordan series. We've done the same thing with that as well. Also with Will Chamberlain. All my channel, guys. Oh my God, Ingram.
That one doesn't
Great
drop.
fake.
Shooting it at 52%.
Give it up, Lev. Give it up, Larry. Good job. Bold.
Yep, that one's good.
Too
Bold's
big.
got his 3rd bucket of the night.
I just love how he runs the floor with energy and intensity, but still stays under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed?
We got Larry Bird playing center right now defensively. I don't think he can guard.
Transition.
I don't like him guarding Ingram, so I got Bird guarding
Since
Podol
halftime,
up front.
they've missed 3 of their first 4 shots. Still trying to get their
I don't
legs
think
under
Bird can guard Ingram off the dribble, man. It's a bad matchup. Bird, good D.
And now the Raptors on the break to end the cold spell. Oh, now
Oh.
that's how you finish a break. Throw it down with force.
Oh, there's some vertical on display quickly, skying up for the
Tied
jam.
game here in Boston. Not the Celtics,
Just
but
under
Team Larry.
3.5 minutes played here in the third
I haven't
quarter.
played him out of Boston in the season. Magic's
Bird.
team plays out of Las Vegas. I don't like that. Come out, come out,
Just
come
5
out,
on the
come out.
clock. Duran with a screen on Ingram. Pass to Duran.
Ah, good
Stolen
defense.
by Pirtle.
I tried to lob it to him.
Here's Ingram.
Ingram.
That one's good.
God
And it's
damn,
Barnes
Ingram.
with the assist. Ingram's got 22 points.
Brandon Ingram showing off the ways he can score.
Let's post up
You know
Bird
he's
here.
playing well when he's this patient to do so.
Larry in the
Duran.
post. Larry in the post.
Pass to Bird. Ingram with the double team. Here's Bol.
Bol for 3.
Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Is there.
Drops in the 3. Bol's got 5 points in the quarter.
They doubling Larry in the post.
Ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Watch the
Ingram
cutter, watch
pass
the
to
cutters.
Barnes. And they waste no
Oh, they
time
come right
getting
back.
those 3 points back.
And matching the 3 from the other end, Barnes giving no ground.
You know, Grant, an underrated area of improvement for Scotty Barnes has been his defense.
You're spot on, BA. I mean,
Yeah, I
we've seen
will,
an elevated
probably.
intensity
Marco,
from
I
him
might.
on that end. Finding more denials,
I might.
attacking the ball, really proving himself as an effective stopper.
Bol, no good. And Barnes has got the ball.
Gonna
here
bring
for
in
the Toronto
Wagner.
Raptors. The lead is 2.
He's a better three-point
The
shooter than
Lakers will
Bol
be
is.
traveling in to
They
face
gonna
the
double Larry.
And that's the first
My
of just 2 home games
man,
for him.
Brandon
That was
Ingram.
pretty awesome balance there.
Brandon
from
Ingram is kicking
on the
our
play,
ass.
Even after the contact, able to absorb it.
He is
All right,
kicking
look at
our
how the
ass.
Points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown
He
for the
cannot
Raptors.
hold this dude.
Well, the defense looks helpless.
Durham is
trying to
getting tired. I'm
contain
bringing
the
Larry
lead
Nance
before,
in.
and they've continued to exploit this advantage.
Man, scoring off at turnovers is so helpful. I mean, you get easy opportunities at the rim. It devastates
Let's
the
go to a
opponent.
pick and roll
Done a
offense.
great job tonight at converting on those chances.
Van Vliet against Quickly. It's stolen by Pirtle.
They defense has been Larry right back. Bird for 3. Off the steal. No.
And so the ball out of bounds. Duran touched it last. And here you
Good.
have the best teams when it comes to three-point shooting this season.
Woo.
Instead of just bombing away,
Bird with that
they
steal,
work
man.
hard
I
to
just
create
stopped that
good
fast
looks
break.
from beyond the arc.
Nance, he's checked in for Duran. Raptors lead by 5. Quickly outside. Pass to Ingram. Outside Barnes. Jacks up a 3. That one's good. On the
All right,
sweet
Marco.
setup by Ingram.
Do your thing, man. Get it in.
Tonight.
And what's working here, each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Here's Bird.
Bird,
Can they
open.
get it? Nails it from 3. Bird's got 29 points.
Bird's
It's
first points
clear
to half.
There's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
Bird with 4 fouls.
And he was fouled.
4 fouls on Bird. We got to
so
take him
he'll
out.
Take 2 free throws.
Got to get Bird out of there. He got 4 fouls.
Only a great story in his own right.
Man, Larry Bird with 4 fouls, y'all. And Brandon Ingram is on fire.
For executives about being patient and letting that talent develop.
Missed that free throw, though.
And he's good on the second. Going 5 for 9.
Somebody got to step up.
Quarter.
I think it's going to be Van Vliet's the best person to do it, I think.
Top of the key. It's stolen
The
by
turnovers, the turnovers.
Pass to quickly. Beyond the arc. He gets it.
Man.
He's 7 for 8 and really going at him out there.
Bombing away from downtown.
Another dive. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Nance with a screen on quickly. Van Vliet to pass to Christie. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer off.
Looking bad right now.
Toronto leading by 9. Quickly, right side. Up top, Barnes. To the inside. Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
And we continue to watch
Brandon
the rise
Ingram
of
has
Ingram.
taken
He just
over,
keeps
man.
adding to his offensive repertoire.
We need a timeout, bro.
They're giving up a lot of points in the paint. That's
What you gonna do about it, Larry? What you gonna do about it, Larry?
Coach knows that. They know that in the timeout.
Larry like, man, some bullshit. Man, we out here getting our butts kicked. I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna put Ben Simmons at center. I'm gonna put Ben Simmons at center. Wofford up there. We're gonna go small ball. We're going small.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Substitution on the floor.
Left side, Simmons. Pass to Christie from the arc. Toronto grabs the miss. And it's Toronto's ball. They're on a 19-6 run. Quickly outside. And again, Toronto with a triple.
Man, oh man, oh man.
3 of the last 5 buckets have
Team
come
Larry
way
is
beyond
being
the
taken
arc.
apart tonight. And what was a close game has opened up.
And here's Van Vliet. He's got 11. Simmons with a screen on quickly. Here's Van Vliet. 6 to shoot. Pass to Christie. Shoots over Walter. Barnes with the rebound.
Team Larry can't buy a shot.
Is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Quickly, right side.
And we getting handled.
Here's Abaji.
Got me.
Driving in.
Man.
Strong finish with 2 hands.
Well, part of the game
The
plan was
Raptors
to
have
neutralize
exploded.
the crowd. Hey, guess what? Mission accomplished.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
Pass to Pirtle. The 3 from quickly. That's tipped.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And there's Simmons on the assist by Caruso.
Putting Ben Simmons up front.
Simmons has got 4 points.
Take advantage of them slower
This is where
centers.
Simmons is most comfortable shooting from. Once he's this deep, feed him.
Barnes goes in. Hey, now 5 for 8, shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
The kick out to Van Vliet. And the 3-pointer goes. Van Vliet's got 14 points.
And the luxury of having Van Vliet. He doesn't need the ball to score. Fred can work off the rock and be a spot-up shooter.
Barnes, no good. Gone 8 of 15 in the 3rd quarter. Lets it go from
Wofford
deep.
can't hit.
Walter pulls it in. Toronto leading by 11. Pass to Abaji.
It's only 11-point
Down
lead.
low. Here's quickly. Now here's Pirtle.
you got a 7-footer that's 2.5 fills. Hurdle is tough to handle in close.
Woo. He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now. And that one falls for Pirtle.
I pushed the wrong button. I want those Sumo to come in at my 2 guard.
He does not get the second one.
Fuck it. Larry back in.
Consistent role player.
Pull up a 3.
He's been on.
Larry Legend.
High percentage shots, defense with some purpose, and plays really hard for his teammates.
Toronto's gone 4 of 7 from 3. A good percentage in the third quarter.
Huge size disadvantage for the defense. Might as well just get out of the way.
To the paint. Here's Bird. Rebound Toronto. Barnes has got his 4th rebound in this one.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be shots.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
Shooting 52% from the floor so far. The home team calls timeout.
Man, Toronto
they've been turning that ball over way too much, and they really need to address this if they want to win this game. Huddle up, boys.
Get my size back out there. Let's come back in with those Sumo. And we'll go with, yeah, man. We up against it right now. I gotta leave Fred out there.
Here's Bull. 9 points in the game. Off the inbound. No good. Barnes against Duran. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant.
Man, he's a flagrant. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, hard foul.
Man, this is.
Can't let him get away with that level of contact.
That's a simple call for the officials to make. Everyone knows the league is cracking down on that kind of intimidation tactic. That free throw good from Barnes.
2 shots and the ball.
Scotty Barnes does so much for this team. That includes creating for others.
Yeah, I think that's probably the #1 attribute. He's got the length and size to be a defender that can guard 2 through 4, BA, but Scotty's a problem because he can create opportunities and advantage on the offensive end.
Pass to Walter. Gets the 3-ball to go. Walters has got 6 points.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the 3-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Sumo on the wing. The kick out to Van Vliet. Shot clock at 5. And there's the call on Scotty Barnes. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And we've got 1:18 left to play in the third quarter here. Van Vliet. Clock at 6. Bull. Pass to Van Vliet. There's the screen by Bull to halt the run. Nice jump shot. He's got 16.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Pass to Abaji. Back to Barnes. There's a screen. Fires from deep. And it's Shed missing. Shooting well here in the third, hitting 50% of their shots. And there's Caruso. That one's good on the assist from Van Vliet.
It's interesting. They definitely had more 3-point attempts in the first half. Not sure why they went away from it.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Barnes feeling it out a bit to the middle. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Barnes against Bull. From outside the arc. He can't hit that time. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back.
Oh man,
Raptors out in front.
We can still get back in this game. It's not over.
We'll get the fourth quarter.
But they really put it to us in the third quarter. They really put it to us in the third, man. Larry Bird got cold.
And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm. This to the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Ben Simmons. DeSumo is out there with Alex Caruso. And it's Bird in at the 4 slot. Here's Shed. Drives to the hoop. Soft touch off the glass. And the Raptors lead by 16.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
DeSumo outside. Pass to Bird. And he lays it up and in. Bird's got 34.
Yeah, that's one way to get back into this game. Keep getting him the ball and let him make the shots.
Here's Mobo. From downtown. Abachi can't hit. Shooting has been good. 54% on this one. DeSumo outside to the left wing. Here's Bird. Shoots from 12. Mobo with the rebound.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
Simmons against Robinson. Here's Abachi. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Toronto. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. And then Monday, they'll be matching up against Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers. And the first one at the line is good. Jalen Duren. He's checked in for Pippen. Both shots good from the strike. We've gone about a minute and a half into this 4th quarter. Simmons, the pass to DeSumo. Here's Bird. 3-pointer. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, just so active. I love the passion Duren brings to this game. And the skill set, too, is developing.
Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time.
Jalen Duren has a nice game. He plays a lot in the box where he's going to rebound. He's going to be an interior scorer, and his instincts are there as well.
Pass to Mobo. Here's Shed. Robinson, a screen on Van Vliet. Shed. And again, Toronto, no good.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Back to Caruso. Here's the 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
Man, didn't have a ton of room to get that shot off. That's the kind of shooter he is.
Pass to Robinson. Here's Abaji. Here's Shed, guarded by Van Vliet. 3 on the clock. Here's Abaji. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the pump fake. Duren in the high post. Here's Bird. Robinson defending. Van Vliet on the wing. Pass to Bird. And And with that one, the deficit trimmed to single digits. Bird's got 10 points in just the second half.
He makes it look effortless out there. Until the defense actually presents a challenge for him, expect those kind of results.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Toronto making a switch here. Ingram's checked in. Gives us a chance to catch up with Ali LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Darko Rajakovic was going over with his team. He said to his guys, this one is not over yet. You have worked hard for this lead, and we are not about to give it up now. Stay focused and keep hustling. Back to you guys.
Great work, Ali. Thanks. Pass to Bird. Abaji with a rebound. Toronto leading by 9. Walter from outside. Fires in the triple.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
Gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Here's Van Vliet. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Here's Mobo. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Ingram. Ingram's got his 6th assist of the night. Now here's Van Vliet. Bird passes to Van Vliet. Sinks the tray. Van Vliet's got 21.
Well, he now has 4 3-pointers this game, guys. 2 in each half. He's really spacing out the floor for his teammates.
Here's Shed, guarded by Van Vliet. The teardrop. It doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Caruso.
They've been able to have some team success in this game despite what's been an awful shooting night for him.
Pass to Bird. Another shot. Caruso with it. Launches a 3. He drops it from range. Caruso's got 6 here.
Team Larry Bird coming back. 16 points down.
Imagine a more entertaining game.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
Abaji can't hit. Gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the 4th. Van Vliet with it. Here's Bird. Mobo with the rebound. Here's Walter. Pass to Ingram. Here's Mobo. And again, no good by Toronto. Gone 6 for 11 here in the 4th quarter. Here's Caruso. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point.
Man, this is crazy.
Interior D has to be on high alert.
At the line for 1, Alex Caruso.
And the free throw, no good. Toronto leading by 4. Here's Ingram. And he gets the bucket. Ingram's got 10 points here in the second half.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Out to the wing. Here's Bird. And that one is right through the heart. Bird's got 38 points.
And just great intensity down the stretch. I mean, he really wants to rock with the game on the line.
Now take a look at him, locked in right now in this moment, wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
First one falls for him.
Well, an all-star in year 3, Scotty Barnes has been an immediate impact player. It is not easy to do.
Bowl, he's checked in for Caruso.
He couldn't get to the line once in the first half. Coach must have really talked to him at the break. And there's just one foul now away from the penalty.
First personal foul, 3rd team foul.
Here's Quickly. Outside Dick. Pass to Ingram. Got it. Good job in the low post. Ingram's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Ingram and that body and that maturation showing off in plays just like that.
And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Oh, come on, B.A. I mean, where's the defense? That's just too easy.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job in help.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
Connects from downtown.
Looking to find the rhythm he had in the first half. That's now his 4th three-pointer of the game.
Pass to Bird. Launches it. Pirtle grabs a miss. Pirtle's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Ingram. Off target from the wing. Gone 3 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the third quarter. Here's Bird. Rebound Toronto. They led by as many as 18. Pass to Pirtle. Now here's Barnes. Guarded closely. Ingram against Van Vliet. And that one's good. Ingram. And now a 10-point Raptor lead.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
To the wing on the left. Here's Bird. Pirtle with the block.
Pirtle, a very skilled defender, using that size and length to send that one back.
Outside Ingram. Duren with the rebound. Duren's got his 18th rebound here tonight. All over the place. Here's Bird. And a great assist by Van Vliet as that one goes. Bird's got 43 points.
He has been an absolute wrecking ball from outside during this half, guys.
Quickly deciding where to go with it. Barnes goes in.
Well, when a guy like Barnes, who's long and strong, takes it to the hoop, it's going to put some pressure on the defense.
Shooting for Toronto, Scotty Barnes. Taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Caruso, he's checked in for Bowl. Both free throws good from Barnes. Gone 4 of 6 from deep thus far in the fourth. Now Van Vliet over to the wing. Here's Bird. And he drops it in from the low post. Bird's got 45 points.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
Outside Ingram. Just 5 to shoot. Inside, Pirtle. Oh, he hits that one. 8 for 11 and remaining a thorn in the D side.
Big night here for Pirtle. They found something with him.
Here's Bird. He's guarded by Barnes. Duren, the pass to Caruso. Quickly against Van Vliet. To the paint. This one for 3. Rebound Toronto. Barnes has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And so it's Barnes with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. 9-point game. Outside Ingram. Takes the 3. That shot off the mark.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Man, the defender really went after him.
3rd team foul.
Good on the first, and that brings him with an 8.
Your home team, Max Christie.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A. Keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
Barnes passes to Quickly. Pirtle with a screen on Van Vliet. Just 5 on the clock. Some solid defense from Van Vliet. Shooting great so far. 52% in the fourth. Pass to Bird. Puts up a 3. Barnes with the rebound. I think a bucket here, Grant, would end this game.
Absolutely. That would put a bow on this one.
Pirtle, and it's blocked.
Yeah, anytime you put the ball up near Duren, there's a chance it ends up back in your face.
.44 seconds left in the game. Here's Ingram. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
First free throw is good, and that stretches their lead to 8. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 9-point game here.
Huge moment. He steps up and sinks the final daggers.
Out left to the wing. Out of bounds. It'll be Toronto's ball.
Looked like a simple play and turned into
it's over now, man.
Can't give away possessions like that.
They just, man,
time to take another
they got to the free throw line. They killed this inside.
What a play. I mean, that'll have
and we just didn't shoot the ball as good as we usually do from outside. Toronto came in to play, man. Good game by Toronto.
So it's Toronto now. They led by as many as 18. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. The 3 from Quickly. Here's Pirtle. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
They really came in with the right mindset today. I can guarantee you their flight home will be filled with some smiles.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
So it's the Raptors.
Damn, what a game, guys. Toronto Raptors with a great performance.
Those are so hard to
Brandon
come by.
Ingram.
It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
All right, now let's check in with
they'll
Allie
see him
LaForce.
again, though.
Allie, what do you have?
Brandon, hot shooting for you tonight. Where do you get that confidence level to take over like this?
Just coming in, working on my routine every single day. I think my teammates put me in a really, really good position to step into shots and give me confidence on the basketball floor to shoot the ball and also give them the basketball to do whatever they want on the floor to create and make something happen. So confidence comes from my teammates.
And you've been a great teammate as well. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Alongside Brent Barry, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson with our entire 2K crew.
Wow, they're saying Jacob Poeltl was the player of the game. Well, I don't know. He had a lot of. He killed us inside.
Jakob Poeltl.
Yeah, he had a great game inside too. Yeah, but Ingram made all the big plays, but he was just consistent throughout the game. So Poeltl, that's the look at the free throw line there. That's the difference in the game right there, and the fast break points. And they went to the line, 22 attempts to our 14, man. They was aggressive. It was a physical basketball game, to say the least. Neither team really shot too many. I mean, we shot 30, they shot 30. So we made maybe 2 more threes than they did, so the three-point ball wasn't a problem. We just couldn't get to the free throw line. They wouldn't give us the calls. And the bench points is crazy. And the turnovers, too. And we had 7 turnovers. Yikes, to their 4. So Larry Bird showed out, though. Larry Bird showed out. 45 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Got everybody involved. VanVleet got off. Duran 12 and 20. Caruso 10. Bowl got 9. But that's what you don't want. Larry taking 2. That's too many shots, man. Not really. I mean, in the modern era, this is what he would be doing. He would shoot a lot more. So. That's what it would look like. That's 50% from the field. You can't argue with that. That's a good percentage. But look at that. Only 1 free throw. 1 free throw the whole game for Larry Bird. Meanwhile, Toronto, look at Ingram. 10 free throws. He went to, wow. The referees were totally the Raptors' favor tonight. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from. Let's take a look at Poeltl. They said Poeltl was the player of the game. He had 19 and 13. Look at all these open shots he's getting off the penetration of Quickly and Ingram. Man, he got a lot of easy shots and rebounds. Look at that, 19 points. They said he was the player of the game, but he had, that's why. He had 19 points, and he had 6 steals. Holy crap. I see why they say he's a player. He had 6 steals from the center position. That's rough. Ingram going 4 of 5 from downtown, man. Shot the lights out to get 39 points. So he shot a way better. Look at that. Larry took 40 shots to get 45, while Ingram took 25 to get 39. So he had a much more efficient performance. Much more efficient performance. Larry had to shoot to get all of his points from the field. Let's take a look at Ingram's highlights. He balled out, man. We could not stop this brother, man. I told y'all coming in this game, Ingram was going to be a problem. I told y'all we got no one to really check him. This team really doesn't have a good, outside of maybe Caruso, we really don't have a good defensive small forward on this team. Most all the good defenders are in the post, are off-ball defenders in the post, outside of Caruso. Once you get past Caruso, and maybe even Van Vliet, but Van Vliet's a good defender, but he's too small. He can't. I mean, Ingram just jumped right over him, so you really can't put him on Ingram. He'll just jump right over the top. So let's take a look at Larry's highlights. Larry had some cool shots tonight. He had a lot of cool looks. Made some tough jumpers. Got a dunk in there. Another wing jumper, cash. Fade away off the glass, off a pullback. That's steal. Finger roll. But just couldn't get it done tonight. Great game though. I mean, he balled out. But in the modern era, this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get these super stats in today's era because the game is so much more fast-paced and there's so many more possessions. So you're gonna get these. This is what it would look like. This is what it would look like in my opinion. So moving on. I think Showtime's up next for the next game. I think they're taking on. But look at this, Team Larry. After this game, Team Larry takes on the Golden State Warriors. They're up next after a day off. I think Showtime. Yep. Showtime's up next. Yep. Showtime takes on Brooklyn. Then it's going to be Team Larry and the Warriors. So it'll be Steph Curry versus Larry Bird coming up pretty soon here. So make sure you're following up so you don't miss any of the cool games, y'all. But with that being said, guys, you know how I do things. I'm going to bring this stream to an end. My next stream going up, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might go ahead and do something else. Might go to UFC 5 or go Far Cry or something like that. I don't know. But to find out what I do, just go ahead, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, man. And you know the deal. If you've been watching, just come by and hang out, man. Shoot, I'm here. Don't be a stranger. I won't be either. I'll see you guys in the next stream. Peace.